This is Damon Stevens, Finwealth Builders. Today is Tuesday, December 21st, 2021, and this is a stock market update for trades of the day. And it was definitely a turnaround Tuesday, as we talked about in our video last night. So hopefully everybody took advantage of that and you were very profitable today because boy, did things rocket today. So let's take a look and see what happened and see what we can plan on for the rest of this week, or maybe at least until tomorrow. Dow Jones up 1.6%, NASDAQ up 2.4%, and S&P 500 up 1.78%. So, man, a lot of movement up north. So, does this mean our Santa Claus or year-end rallies here? And I'm not sure I'd say that yet, but definitely was a great trading day today. Excuse me. And so let's take a look at the heat map. You see pretty much across the board overall, except for healthcare, low consumer defense, real estate, utilities, everything was solid green. So really a nice solid day across the board, and our FANG stocks did very well. Looking at our scanner, these stocks, have been on our list. We've traded multiple these stocks multiple times, but didn't really move a lot as much as I was on the things that were on my watch list. So didn't really trade those or pay attention to those, but there was opportunities there. SOPA was one that was on our list. This one I did not trade because I was focused on more of the large caps today, coming into this day and seeing the positive momentum at pre-market. And that we had gapped up. Definitely wanted to spend more attention there. But SOPA, you can see even if you did this today, the lowest 974 and a high of $13. So on a small stock, that's huge. You can see we flatten out here. Do we get another trade out of this? I'm not quite sure, but this did give you a nice trade today. As far as earnings, again, I said not spending a lot of attention or time on this. Didn't see a lot of movement and didn't expect a lot of movement on a lot of these stocks. So I did not trade any of these. Wednesday, CarMax definitely going to watch. That's probably pretty much it. I'll watch Paychecks and a couple of these others, but not expecting a whole lot again this week. Not expecting to really trade earnings, just because I don't have some big names out there that I'm focused on. So, but it is out there. I want you to be aware of it. So talked about this rally. Most of the time we see more times than others in the year. Now, typically they don't rally like they did today until next week, but we got a little early head start. It's possible we pull back and we still do the rally next week after we pull back again. So just be careful that maybe we're just going to be in a saw here back and forth here for the next few days until next week. So just be careful out there. It is a short week again for the United States, so just be aware of that. But Amazon was amazing today. So you can see here low 33.93, high of basically up here 34.12. So nice huge breakup candle. No retracement yet, so just be aware that there could be some retracement. But you can see here, after come up here and hitting this high, got a pull back and a rally up here. So do we rally back up to the top? It's possible. Just know that there's going to be resistance up here if we get up here, and we could see a pullback here possibly. If we break out of here, then we start to rally towards 3,500, 3,460, maybe 3,500 would be the next goal. So huge day for Amazon. For AVGO, this one we've been kind of chopping back and forth. We did make a new high though today. So this stock just continues to perform well. Tesla, you can see Tesla after this long pullback here, had a nice little bounce off of here, got back above the 50, which is what we wanted. Actually, this is the 100, back above the 100 where we wanted to be, above these trend lines. So hopefully we can start moving back. Do have resistance up here around 950. So, do we bounce off that tomorrow and break through it? We'll see. But there is resistance along the way as we're trying to get back through these moving averages. So just be aware of that. But as long as we stay above the 100 and start to rally, then that's positive for Tesla. Shopify had this big old pullback here below all the moving averages, which was concerning. You see here though a gap up and just a nice run right back up just under the 200 for Shopify. So great day for Shopify as well. Just huge momentum here. So hopefully we can break above the 200. It could be resistance. So just, tomorrow, I'm not quite sure how tomorrow's going to open up. Got to watch pre-market. If we're flat, we could have a flat day tomorrow. So just be aware of that. If we can break up above all these resistances that we could now come back up to, tomorrow could be another rally up, but just be careful because we could be, flat, um, and we could pull back a little bit if we can't break through these resistances after this big run. Nvidia, so Nvidia, you can see here, nice rally up here. So Nvidia trying to pull back up as well over these moving averages. So we broke below the 50. We're back above the 50 now. So that's great. And see this big breakdown candle. More likely we might chase up that candle. So this high is 311.75. So see if we can do that this week. Apple just kind of consolidating really right here, right now, above this support line. So we'll see if we can get a rally back out of Apple. But Apple did well today. The RK, so I'm adding this on here. This had a huge pullback here. See your upper trend line here was 125.88, and we pulled clear back down here. Let me pull this back here. So 89.03 is pretty low for this stock, and then it bounced back up and came back down. So it saw this little double bottom here, and just looking at this stock now to see if this is possibly going to rally back up here. I'd like to see it break above this 103, 104 level, really to rally back up here. But going to keep an eye on this stock now. Just saw this bounce here. A lot of tech is in this company, and it's seen a lot of pullbacks this year. But this could be a potential one for next year. So looking at adding this into my long-term portfolio possibly for next year. Not advice, financial advice, but just going to keep an eye on this this RK. So I'm going to add that to our list here. BNTX, all these biotechs, have been pulling back here. So see BNTX was weak again today. Moderna was weak today. And Avax also weak today. So all our biotechs have been, showing that weakness here. So they're on our list. We watch them. We get these bounces, but you can see here we kind of are going back and forth. And so it could be that we sit here and just chop back and forth for a while before we break out. This was up from our Tesla. So this is just showing open orders. So these are options. So you can see here under options, the max pain, which a lot of times this is what the market will go to, is 965. So today, we're at 930. So we're rallying back up. So, do we end the week at around this 965 and create the most pain? You see here on the chart that the red lines are the puts, the number of puts, and you see quite a few of them around this 860 area, 800 area, and then you see all these calls. So everybody's expecting a rally over the $1,000. So if we stay in this range here, we're going to create pain for the people who have puts and the people who have calls. So where do we end up this week? It'll be interesting to see. But 965 is kind of where this max pain is for options holders for Tesla. Our overall stocks, you can see here, bonds pulled up here, sitting under the 100 moving average right now. Oil kind of sitting flat under the 20. The dollar sitting flat under our resistance line here at 96. The VIX pulled back, so that's what we wanted to see. We talked about this. If they can get under 20, that's better. That's what we really want to see. But right now you see it sitting right at 21. So watch this in the morning. If this, stays at this level or can move down, definitely going to be another green day tomorrow. Definitely will be good for the market tomorrow. If this bounces back up here at all or starts to spike back up, where you've seen kind of it's been choppy before, then we could have a pullback tomorrow. So really got to watch that VIX at pre-market and at the open to see kind of where the volatility is in the fear of the market. So SPY, see nice run up here. So this is our, we had this kind of indecision here. We pulled back down. We're back up here again. You see here we got a pattern started here. So can we continue to rally up here? We have a gap to fill up here. So that's a possibility that we could go up and fill that gap. But just got to watch this one. We did have a nice run today, and sometimes when you have a nice run, you're going to have a little bit of pullback or what they call retracement. So going to watch the price action in the morning to get a decision on where we're going. We're going to keep going up. So triple Q, same thing. A nice rally today across the board, really. If you look at semiconductors, they're up as well. Looking to see if they can kind of pull back up here towards these tops of these breakdown candles that we've had. Dow Jones, same thing, bounced off of our bottom trend line, back up, retracing back through. Same with IWM. But all these, have to have some work to do. So just be aware of that. And this could just be a nice little choppy area. We could end up consolidating for a while. So haven't formed that yet, but getting close to something like that. So just something to watch on. So this, definitely is not like a long for me on any of these indexes right now. It'd mostly just be day trading. Financials, we had this pull down here and held it. So, it's just a double bottom here and pull up here. Not quite sure. This again, you could possibly start seeing it chop back and forth. So just be careful of that. Gold sitting flat, silver flat as well. So you'll see some momentum. So Bitcoin, so good base created, over the last several days, and now we're starting to break up here. So I'm liking this. So you can see we talked about this. Our trend line was followed here and had a bounce out after consolidating. We had the consolidation here as well, and now we're seeing a bounce out. We get above the 200 here, around that 50,000 mark. Bitcoin could start to rally here. So we could see possibly rally with Bitcoin. Avax, we talked about this. Was one of my stocks in my portfolio. Hit a high, pulled back here, found support, and look at we're right back up, headed towards this high. And we talked about that this was probably what I was expecting to happen, and so far so good. 33s, 34 is going to where we're going to break out and hopefully head back up and tag our trend line up here again. So that's what we're expecting on AVAX. On Hex, it was the other one. Said this one had pulled way back, found some support where it had before, and it was rallying up here, and that's what it's doing. It's got above all the moving averages, showing us a nice rally here. So we'll see if this can just continue to climb up eventually to back up to 89. Luna's I've been in my portfolio as well. Talked about this trying to break new highs. It's blowing my expectations right now. It's just doing really well. It came back up here after bottoming out and blow through the resistance line, headed to new highs here at 93, 94. Looking at this one to just continue to go up at least to 100 and see where it goes from there. But Luna is an excellent stock, or an excellent crypto. So definitely one to stay in my portfolio. Love what the action's doing right now. So if you're in crypto, these have just been some really great trades if you've been in this with us. So we'll see what they can do for us, but loving it. Make sure you take profit as you go along the way here. We are into kind of unknown areas, so definitely trying to make sure I capture some of this momentum here, because it could die out here on any news or what have you. But as long as Bitcoin and Ethereum and others are starting to rally up here, should carry these forward. But definitely these are front runners, so you definitely want to make sure you keep your profit locked in on these. But looking good, and that's our stocks and our cryptos for today. The short list we're looking at for tomorrow are the same stocks. So we're seeing if we can get to continuation on these through this week. Just be careful out there. It is a short trading week. Volumes will start to really come down now because people will be taking time off. People aren't going to be watching their computers and the market. And then to next week, prepare for whether we get a rally or what we get next week. Typically it is a rally. Hopefully, we could get it early. Could be a possibility. But just be careful out there in between now and the rest of this week, because we only have a couple of days left and not quite sure where we're going to end up with this week, but looking good so far. So I hope everybody's having a great trading day and have a good night, and we'll talk tomorrow and see kind of how our day went.